Hello, you're watching Vnews Bulletin. Vâng off from and now the headlines as usual.
Party and government leaders receive Cambodian Deputy Prime Minister. 55 years of Vietnam-Cambodia diplomatic ties mark. And later on, Vice President meets with Thai Prime Minister.
Cambodian Deputy Prime Minister Vnews An is paying a visit to Vietnam to attend the 55th anniversary of the establishment of Vietnam-Cambodia diplomatic ties. On June 24th, the Cambodian official was received by Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng.
Deputy Prime Minister Vnews An informed the Vietnamese party leader about the recent situation in Cambodia, including the election of commune-level councils and positive results in the country's socio-economic development and disease control. She expressed her deep gratitude for the great support and assistance that the party, state, army, and people of Vietnam have given Cambodia in the cause of national liberation and the fight saving the Cambodian people from the genocide, as well as the current cause of national constructions and development. General Secretary Trump said he was delighted about the development of the Vietnam-Cambodia relationship and thanks the Cambodian side for standing by and supporting Vietnam's revolutionary cause. General Secretary Trump emphasized the meaning of solidarity and mutual support among the parties, peoples of Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia. He suggested the three countries continue to further develop their cooperative relations. On the same day, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính gave a reception for Cambodian Deputy Prime Minister Vnews An. Prime Minister Chính highly spoke of the coordination between the two sides in organizing events, celebrating the diplomatic relations between the two countries. He said that this is very meaningful, making a practical contribution to raising the awareness and responsibility of the two peoples, especially the young generations, in preserving and cultivating the good relationship between the two countries. Deputy Prime Minister Vnews An expressed his sincere thanks for Vietnam's solidarity and great support to the Cambodian people in the past and in the construction and development of the country today. The Cambodian officer affirmed that she will continue to make efforts to contribute to fostering the friendship between the two countries in the time to come.
The 55th anniversary of the establishment of Vietnam-Cambodia diplomatic relations was celebrated solemnly in Hanoi on June 24th.
In his opening remarks, Deputy Prime Minister Lê Minh Khải, on behalf of the Vietnamese party and state leaders and people, extended his greetings to the Cambodian party, state and people on the meaningful day of the two nations. According to the Deputy Prime Minister, Vietnam-Cambodia relations have been continuously consolidated and developed in all fields, bringing practical benefits to the two peoples and making positive contributions to peace, stability, and cooperation in the region and the world. He reaffirmed Vietnam's consistent policy of supporting an independent, peaceful, nurturing, and developing Cambodia. Cambodia Deputy Prime Minister Vnews An expressed her sincere and most profound respect and gratitude for the support of the Vietnamese party, state, army, and people for the Cambodian side. She affirmed that Vietnam's support and assistance have contributed to the development of Cambodia from a war town to a unified country with complete peace and development in all areas. This anniversary is a testament to the consolidation and cultivation of the fine friendship, solidarity, and cooperation between the peoples, the Cambodian officer stressed.
Vice President Võ Thị Ánh Xuân is in Thailand for a visit to the country. On June 24th, the Vice President was received by Thai Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha. At the meeting, the two sides agreed that the strengthened strategic partnership between two countries is developing strongly in all fields. Vice President Xuan affirmed that Vietnam considers Thailand as one of its leading partners in the region. Vietnam always creates favorable conditions for Thai enterprises to do business in the country, she stressed. Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha appreciated Vietnam's decision to send a high-level delegation to the Global Summit of Women, which demonstrates the country's efforts in enhancing the role of women and youth. He affirmed the importance of promoting the Thailand-Vietnam strengthened strategic partnership and agreed to continue strengthening cooperation between two sides in the time to come. On the same day, Vice President Võ Thị Ánh Xuân received Malaysian Minister of Women, Family and Community Development and leaders of two groups of Thailand. The Makiong Global Forum was held in Seoul on June 23rd as part of activities to celebrate the 30th founding anniversary of Vietnam-Republic-Korea diplomatic ties.
In a video sent to the forum, Deputy Prime Minister Phạm Bình Minh said, despite negative impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Vietnam Republic with Korea strategic cooperative partnership has continued to grow strongly, practically and effectively, with a very solid and increasingly extensive cooperative foundation in all fields. He suggested measures to enhance bilateral cooperation in the future, including promoting regional economic links, improving the effectiveness of the Vietnam-Korea Free Trade Agreement, and upgrading bilateral ties to a comprehensive strategic partnership.
Korean investors have shown their interest in Vietnam, and Hưng Yên in particular. We are delighted to introduce our potential to the investors.
Bilateral trade between Vietnam and the Republic of Korea has increased 160-fold since the establishment of the diplomatic relations to more than $80 billion in 2021. The two countries are urged to expand collaboration to new areas associated with digital and green technology, supply chain, infrastructure and smart cities, and climate change response.
Through the forum, we suggest both sides cooperate to upgrade their diplomatic ties to a new high and to promote innovative agriculture. We also want to make contribution to Vietnam's development of modern urban areas.
Participants at the events discussed measures to boost collaboration between the two countries while giving out solutions to seeking extensive cooperation opportunities in future production industries.
The Mekong Delta will plant 1 million hectares of high-quality rice in the coming time, with the aim to improve farmers' income, ensure food security, and serve exports.
The task is set in the government directive on some missions to promote sustainable agriculture and rural development in the region in response to climate change. The directive's goals are to develop the Mekong Delta quickly and sustainably, proactively adapt to climate change, create breakthroughs to improve the material and spiritual life of local people, and focus on developing agriculture and rural areas in the direction of ecological agriculture, modern countryside, and civilized farmers. Under the directive, the government requested relevant ministries and departments to study and put forward mechanisms and policies to realize the objectives and orientations for agriculture and rural development in the Mekong Delta. Especially, measures must focus on directing and implementing the strategy for sustainable agriculture and rural development for the 2021-2030 period with a vision to 2050. And the Master Program for Agricultural Development in the Mekong Delta to adapt to climate change, among others.
An exhibition highlighting the Vietnam-Cambodia relations is underway at the Vietnam Museum of Military History in Hanoi. We went along to take a look.
The exhibition themed Vietnam-Cambodia Solidarity and Friendship is part of the activities to mark the 55th anniversary of the establishment of the Vietnam-Cambodia diplomatic relations. The exhibition, which runs until July the 4th, introduces 200 photos, items, documents, and books reflecting the close relationship between the two parties, states, militaries, and peoples in the resistance war for national liberation. It highlights the sound leadership of the party and state during the war against Pol Pot force and the impartial support of Vietnamese volunteer soldiers for Cambodian people. The event also focuses on development of the bilateral traditional friendship and cooperation in different fields, with defense and security cooperation being one of the pillars in the bilateral relations in the international integration period. It will contribute to preserving and consolidating the solidarity and strengthening the traditional friendship between Vietnam and Cambodia.